Oh, well, it's that time again. Yes, sir. It's time for Papa's Christmas story reading time. So gather around all the kiddos out there, and young and old, you may like it, you may not, but it's okay. It's the Christmas spirit, ladies and gentlemen. And today we are going to be reading a New York Times bestseller called The Little Red Sled. Written by, I hope I pronounce these words right, Aaron Gutensberger, and pictures by Elizaveta Tretaevka. So here we go. And this is for little heroes with big hearts. Well, Papa Claus needs his eyeballs. No getting old wisecracks, please. Okay. In a quiet corner of a cozy Christmas shop, there was a little red sleigh as bright as the Christmas morning. She wasn't very big, she wasn't very fast, and she was very young for a sleigh. But deep inside her strong and sweet heart, she had a very big dream. And there's the sleigh right there. You see it? Yeah. Her dream is she longed to become Santa's big red sleigh. Is that cool, Bucky? Everyone in the shop told Little Red that her dream would never, ever come true. It was impossible, they said. She was too small, too slow, and way too young. She couldn't fly, so how could she possibly be Santa's sleigh? Little Red wondered if all these things were true. Was she too small? Was she too slow? And was she too young? But she believed deep in her heart she could fly. Through the sky, she would soar like a bird. She would learn anything and everything she needed to become Santa's sleigh. And this Christmas, she was going to prove it. She would travel to the top of the world, find Santa Claus, and show everyone that she made it. So when winter came, Little Red went north. And there she is, heading out the door. Wow, what an adventure already. Her journey was very difficult. She dragged herself through mud and grime. She crossed rickety bridges and braved treacherous paths. Soon, she started to worry that she would not make it to the North Pole before Christmas. Then she found some train tracks. "Where are you headed?" asked the friendly train. "The North Pole," said Little Red. "Off to see the big man, huh? Well, climb aboard." And then the train puffed. Little Red hopped onto the train and they chugged quickly down the line. "You have so many cars," said Little Red. "I wish I were as big and as fast as you were." There's the train, and Little Red is right here. "I wasn't always big and fast," said the train. "When I started out, I only had 2 stock cars." I worked up and down these tracks for a long time. Then I learned how to be strong, and I earned a third, a fourth, and a fifth, and so on. I added more cars. Oh, I can't wait to be as big as you, said Little Red. The train laughed. Be patient, little one. Life builds up one car at a time. And there's Little Red in one of the cars. You see it? Right over here? Yeah. What a nice train, huh? As they steamed north, the ground gradually changed from softy rolling hills to vast icy mountains. After many, many miles, the train slowed down and stopped at a station. Well, this is as far as I go, he said, but just over that ledge you'll find a yellow truck who can help you go further. Okay, thank you, said Little Red, and there goes Little Red on her journey to meet the yellow truck. As she slid over the hill, she saw a bright yellow truck loaded with Christmas trees. Hello, said Little Red. Can you show me the way to the North Pole? Happy to, said Yellow Truck. I'm heading that way myself to deliver these Christmas trees to the big man himself. Hop on. And there's that big yellow truck. Sorry about the glare, guys. See it? There's Little Red talking to the truck. In the truck, Little Red snuggled between the trees, surrounded by the sweet scent of pine. Yellow Truck drove down the narrow road, rounding the curves, dodging holes, and gliding smoothly over bumps. Wow, said Little Red. I wish I could drive like you do. Well now, Yellow Truck said, it wasn't always this easy. It used to be tough, and I thought I couldn't make deliveries. Then one winter, I took a load of trees up north. It was just a few at a time, but little by little, life seems to build up, one tree at a time. And there's Little Red nestled safe between them trees. That afternoon, snow began to fall. Ice covered the road. Yellow Truck's tires slipped and slid. His windshield wipers ran faster and faster as the snow fell harder and harder. Do y'all know how windshield wipers work and how they sound? And imagine they were going fast. Well, we have to pull over, hollered Yellow Truck. Little Red could barely hear him though. The wind was whipping so loud. She closed her eyes and held tight. She feared that she might fly off and she'd be lost. Then she would never, ever find the North Pole. Can y'all see all the little snow flurries there? Wow, it's snowing hard. When they stopped, Little Red carefully opened her eyes. Snow was still swirling, but through it, she saw lights twinkling, red, green, blue, white. Was it the North Pole? Had they finally made it? I'm sorry, said Yellow Truck. We didn't make it to the North Pole. We'll have to stay here until the storm lets up. Little Red nestled deep into the bed of Christmas trees, thankful for the shelter. But as she watched the snow pile up and up, her heart felt heavy. She'd come so far, and it was nearly Christmas. How could she ever get to the North Pole now? Little Red fell asleep, sniffling and wishing for Santa. There they are, pulled over. They had to stop. got a little too dangerous. In the morning, the sun rose high and bright. The storm was over. "Happy Christmas Eve," Little Red said. We'll get, excuse me. Will we get moving soon to deliver trees in time?" "Afraid not," said the yellow truck. "My tires are stuck tight. I can't go anywhere today. But you should take a look at the town. I'll keep an eye on you from here. You never know what you'll find when you look around someplace new." Little Red thanked the yellow truck and slid off the trees. Out of the back and down the street. She hadn't gone very far when a pair of mittened hands suddenly picked her up. "Oh wow, a sleigh!" A little girl in purple parka hugged the little Red to her chest and held her tightly as she ran down the street and up to the top of the hill. The little girl sat on Little Red, and then Little Red was just the right size for the little girl. Look at that. Together, they flew down the hill again and again, sliding through the snow. Soon, other children joined in. Little Red played all day, helping each of the children soar through the air, watching their faces light up with joy. "This is what it feels like to fly. I'm doing it," said Little Red, and her heart was bursting with pride. You see all the kids playing there on the hill? At supper time, the little girl in the purple parka brought Little Red back home. When Little Red closed her eyes that night, at the end of Christmas Eve, she felt like she was still flying. The next day, on Christmas morning, Little Red woke up and sighed. She hadn't made it to the North Pole. She hadn't met Santa Claus. And now it was too late. See that, Bucky? See that, guys? Little Red was so disappointed, she started to cry. But then she noticed a small red envelope tucked beside her, and it was addressed to her. I don't know if you can see it. There's the envelope, and it says, "To Little Red." The letter said this: "Dear Little Red, Christmas is the time of giving. Each year I deliver treasures to children around the world, hoping to bring them joy. But sometimes I need a little help. Yesterday, you delivered Christmas joy to many children. I thank you so much. You made each of those children's day very, very happy. And not just by being yourself, by being the special sleigh you are indeed. I could really use someone like you up here, up north. As a special thanks, you are cordially invited to visit me in the North Pole next year to help me prepare for the next holiday. Merry Christmas. Love, Santa Claus." Little Red couldn't believe her eyes. "The North Pole with Santa Claus," she exclaimed. Her dream had come true. Just then, the little girl in the purple parka bounded down the stairs, and Little Red was ready. At least she understood what she was meant to do. She would build her life up, spreading joy one child at a time. Merry Christmas, guys. Now think about that, little ones. No matter how big you are or how small you can bring joy to people just by being you. Because trust me, some of the things you do make us happy. Yes, they do. That includes all the little kids. That includes all the teenagers. That includes all the young adults and all the adults, young and old. If you bring a smile to someone's face, you're surely bringing the meaning of Christmas to those people. So Merry Christmas. You know I love you all, and have a Happy New Year. Again, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Because we're not the only ones that celebrate this time of year. So this goes out to everybody else too. I love you all. Thank you. And hopefully I'll be around next year to read you another story. Merry Christmas.
And remember, he knows if you've been bad or good. So be good, for goodness sake. Merry Christmas. Ho, 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 ho.